imagine you've been kind of training with this day for a long time, and maybe not like this. You've been able to kind of soak in any excitement of being a big league manager for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm towing that line of, I'm sitting here with all you in this moment, right? But also acknowledge, the relationship with some of the people that are no longer here was strong, and so you have to weigh and you also know that that's in a lot of ways how some of the players feel as well. So excited, right? But also honoring the people that were before me that were mentors to me, and but yeah, I'm as we creep closer to game time, excited about it, and lean heavily in on the relationships I have with the players, which is quite a few of them because a lot of them went through Worcester. So believe it or not, that part, knowing I was going to address the players, that felt like the easy part because I've intimately known them so well already. So we'll lean in on that and take it one step at a time.
I guess one of your first decisions, Roman's led off every game this year, I think. You seem third today. Is that kind of your move, or how did that kind of come together?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, it was almost like 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning before I got in here. So we talked in on that. I know there was between the staff prior to me even getting here was some talk about what they were going to do with the lineup today. So I looked at it like that. Actually, I drew something up on the plane and was like, this is pretty similar to what I felt like I would do, but I'm not going to concretely say that's always going to be the case. I just feel like that's what we'll go with today, and then allow me to kind of watch the game unfold, watch what I'm seeing, and we can always adjust from there. But I do have to step into this and kind of reacclimate myself with these guys and watch them play, and then we can adjust from there.
You mentioned yesterday that you had that phone call during the game. Was that with Craig? And what was the content of that phone call?
Oh, just, in a nutshell, it was actually our farm director, Brian Abraham, that had contacted somebody in the dugout. I don't have my phone in the dugout with me, so just contacted them and said, can you tell Trace to step inside? And, initial reaction was maybe there's a player move we need to talk about or something like that. And went inside and called Brez, and the content was, fairly simple. Told me what was happening, what had gone down, and said they're going to make me the interim manager of the Boston Red Sox. So, put plainly, that's exactly how it went.
And what was your immediate reaction when you heard that?
I was silent for a second, but some of the things I told you before, my immediate thought was, Alex, Ramon, and some of the people that I've gotten to know very well, and my thought was on them, and also, the excitement and the heart gets going on. Like, this is what an amazing opportunity. But again, even in that moment, toeing the line of happiness and also internally battling, with people I care about.
Did you get to talk to Alex last night?
I spoke with him briefly last night. Yes. Yes.
What was the?
I'll say I'll keep the contents of it between he and I, other than to say support on both ends. Me supporting him and him supporting myself.
You don't yet have a bench coach. Typically, first-year managers lean heavily on bench coaches to help them kind of navigate.
Yep.
Do you have people in mind that you've suggested to Craig, or where is that process?
I think we're at the moment talking through that. Obviously, right now, being that it was a day game today and it just happened yesterday, we're a little thinner on staff. I think in the immediate, there's probably some plans on talking through other people internally that we can get here for helping hands, right? We'll talk more about that today as we get after the game onto the plane. But I do think that the thought is getting somebody in there, whether that's Flo or somebody in there that's experienced that can stand with me, and Bales obviously has a lot of experience. We're talking through that, but you're not wrong.
Do you know are you close personally with any former major league managers who might want to step in at maybe age 70?
He's going to be here today, but I don't think he has any interest in stepping in there.
When you've been focused on your team, goes without saying, what do you think's gone wrong with this team through 2017?
It's it's well documented. As far as as you watch it, the offense has struggled to get going, right? I do think, I know it's not AAA, it's the big leagues, but there's a lot of really talented guys in there. I've seen it in action when it gets clicking, and we've seen it in action, and they've done it at this level. So that part was, I was watching the game yesterday and watching some guys that really needed it to get some big hits, and I'm fist pumping there we go. So as much as it's built and goes this way, it can build and go the other way as well. So we're going to try to build on that, and then obviously what looks like a heck of a starting rotation that's kind of been a little up and down. But again, very, very talented individuals. And like you said, Chris, like we're 27 games into a season, so we have some very talented people that with 135 more to go, like we have some time to get everybody clicking and performing up to their capability.
Does it feel any kind of like chaotic right now, or do you feel calm in the middle of a storm? Like how do you sort of just?
It's calming. It was chaotic, the initial bit of it, and sitting there like waiting to get on a plane and getting here late and having to get up early in the morning and trying to at least get myself in order in a sense that we have a game to manage today. To be honest with you, like when I started seeing the players before the bus left, each player I saw, it just started to calm me more. I had great conversations with Whit and Trev and guys that are leaders on our team. The more conversations I had with them, the more it calmed me. So I know we're getting there. It's starting to slow.
With those guys, how much of a relationship did you have with them, just from working in spring training and being around them?
Both those guys have had a handful of stints, with just being banged up and injuries that they've come through. Worcester, Trev, I think 2 or 3 times, in those first couple of years when he was going through this, the different things. He was there, spent time, and at that time Flo was with me, so he spent time with Flo and I a few times down in Worcester, Whit as well. And then obviously, all the length of spring training for the last 5 years. So a lot of familiarity.
There's time you've spent with the younger guys on the team. What kind of asset can that be just to keep their feet on the ground in the big league?
Again, I'll share not all, but that was one of the things I shared with them. I said of all the chaos and all the stuff that's been going on, stepping into the room to address the guys was probably the calmest I've been because of what you suggested. I'm looking around the room and I said there's probably about 75% of these guys that have played for me. So I'm not speaking to a bunch of people that don't know who I am or what I'm about. So yeah, I think that's definitely a benefit for them. It's certainly a benefit for me.
I want to tell you about what the interim tag means timeline-wise.
I haven't even gotten there. Yeah, I know what it means. Historically, you're the interim manager, and that means this year, and we'll figure it out beyond that. So, furthest thing from my mind right now, just trying to get this thing going right and get on the right foot with the guys.
As you were calm in that moment, though, how do you sort of tread? You know that they are not, right? These players
Right.
have been completely shooken up.
Right.
Some are angry, some are sad, whatever. So, did you come in with a big personality and kind of set it all right? Are you treading a little lightly? Like, how do you kind of navigate that?
I think big personality would have been a mistake. Again, I won't say everything I said, but I think it was more light because I think what I expressed to you about my feelings and relationships with the people, I think a lot of them had those same relationships. So I think it was important for them to understand and me to get on their level and them to know that I feel you because I feel the same thing, and let's do it together.
Do you expect to have a longer conversation with the team, or do you feel like it's better to kind of get in the flow of just how you're...
We had a pretty good conversation today between the whole group and also another separate one with the position players in the advanced meeting. I've spoken with now, addressed everybody, and I've addressed a bunch of people individually. So we've had, I've had quite a few conversations today.
I know your dad's not going to be the bench coach, but how much can you lean on him?
I've leaned on him my whole life.
Yeah.
And my mom, my mom's, she's the steadying force, and my dad my whole life, since he was doing this, and we've talked situations. And when I was, 13 years old, and he started doing this, and we would talk baseball after a game and what he was going through, and I'm sure that won't change, and he'll be right there to support me if I need him.
How would you describe your sort of managerial style and maybe what you think your strengths are in the role?
That's a good one. Style, I feel like, is really, to me, it's predicated on who's on your team. If you got a style and your players don't, fit that style, that's kind of, it can be foolish. So I think it's about adapting to your team. What do you have? What are they capable of doing? We have athletes, we have speed. So I look at that we got to get people on base and let's be aggressive and let's move. That's what worked last year when it was going, right? You get Rafa and Jaron and these guys, Roman, get these guys on base, and we start creating havoc. So I think it always is about what is on your team and how do you use the tools and skill set of your team the best way to help you win a game.
Alex would talk frequently about protecting this group from the noise.
Yeah.
As someone who has not experienced the noise, how do you anticipate you will handle that part of the dynamic?
Yeah, that's a good one, and one that I'm going to have to figure out as I go, because it's Boston. I get that, big city, big market. There is a lot of noise. And I told them, and I think the best way I can do that right now is just that they know that I got their back. I need them to have mine. Like, I'll have their back when they're going well. I'll take the bullets when they're not. They just need to play baseball. And told them in the simplest form, keeping it as simple as possible. At the end of the day, it's about their pitcher against our hitters and our pitcher against their hitters, and 90% of the games are decided that way. I know there's gray area and margins in there that the staff comes into play, and one find or one quick decision can help you win a game. But at the end of the day, simple. Play baseball, be athletes, go out there and execute the game plan and play the game.
Any reason that Trevor's not playing today?
He's got it's pretty, from what I understand, again, haven't been here, but I know he deals on and off with little adductor stuff, and he's, I think, fine. Just a day today to rest, especially with the day game. The schedule changed the other day, and they went and moved the game up. So little rest, and hopefully back in there tomorrow.
So it's been a last chaotic 20 hours for you. How much sleep did you get last night?
A few hours, yeah. I mean, it was late getting in, and then obviously, when you get in and all this is going on, you don't just jump right in bed and fall asleep. So there was a lot of text messages and family and people that had reached out that I was trying to, connect with in some way, and then you lay down and it takes a little while to go to sleep. But I don't, with all of this going on, the adrenaline, I don't think that'll be much of an issue. I think that'll hit me later. I'll probably sleep better tonight than I did last night.
A couple cups of coffee today.
Right.
With that said, Chad, how eager are you to finally get to the dugout and focus on the game and let that adrenaline kind of carry you?
I actually think that's the most exciting part for me. I was like, isn't that crazy? You think you're going to go manage a Major League Baseball game, and it's like that feels like that may be the moment where I actually calm the most, because it just becomes about baseball and watching the guys perform. So I'm looking forward to get out there and watch them play. Good?
Thank you.